Hello, my friends. Welcome to another Together Run. We are closing in on 100 pretty quick now, which is very exciting. As you can tell, I am already running, and that is because I am in Central Park in New York, already done 40 minutes doing my long run, and I strategically chose to do this Together Run in the middle. So I want to get you going. Let's find some element of nature to ground yourself with. There's plenty here. Put my hands in some weeds, touch some tree leaves. Find something for you to ground yourself in nature to begin. If you don't have any nature around you, just feel your feet on the ground. Recognize that even if you're on layer upon layer of man-made materials, human-made materials, there's still the ground, the earth underneath that. Okay, ready to begin? In 3, 2, and 1, off you go. Okay, so surprise from New York. I didn't really say I was going to New York, and this is because this is a family vacation. So me, Steve and the girls are here. We're going up to Long Beach, New York for a few days and travel around a bit. This is we haven't been on a proper vacation actually ever as a family, because we've always just gone to either Portland to see Steve's family or England to see mine. We haven't really done anything that was like just for us to go explore, and so this was what we chose to do. It's nice and easy, somewhere a bit different. I mean, obviously New York City is not different. Millions. How many people visit New York in a year? Is it in a billion? No, it can't be a billion people. Anyway, you know what I mean. New York isn't exactly quiet, but then we're going out upstate into the other parts of the state, and it'll be nice. So, doing my long run, strategically chose to get the recording out 40 minutes in, and honestly the reason I was thinking about it was pure sweat, because it's very humid. I want to say it's 75 already right now, and it's 6:41, and so I figured if I did the Together Run first and then put my mic in my pack, it would get so sweaty and gross. So if I did it this way, it's not as sweaty because I haven't soaked my hose yet, although getting there. And then I could finish, or get close to finishing with you. So I'm going to do an hour here in Central Park, and then I'm going to run back to my hotel. Whatever that ends up being is my long run of the week. Okay, so I am definitely starting to need the bathroom. So that's going to have to be a part of the plan here. Which, of course, is a typical run thing. You know, I've been on my own for 40 minutes. Had plenty of space and time to look for a bathroom. And as soon as I hit record, that's when my stomach's like, yep, you need to find somewhere soon. How it goes. Right, okay, we're going to begin, as we always do, with a body scan. I'm currently, by the way, running around I guess it's called Reservoir, in the middle of Central Park. So I'm going to finish this loop. There are loads of flies around. Morty, I've already swallowed one, and there may be more on the way. And when I say, for everyone else, to Morty is pushed by his mum Tiffany, two amazing humans. Morty's in his adapted chair and finds it quite funny when I swallow bugs on accident. So I hope I don't give you another bug laugh, but there's a pretty good chance it's going to happen. So we're going to begin with our body scan. So we're going to start from the top of our heads and work our way to our toes. I'm going to call out the areas. All you have to do is be present in your body and just feel it out. You ready? Starting at the top of your head, working your way down, checking in with those eyes, making sure they're not scrunched or squinting, nice and relaxed as you work your way down through your nose and into your mouth and jaw and chin. Again, making sure things are relaxed, you're not clenching your teeth, you're not holding tension there as you check in with the back of your head and work your way down to the back of your neck, going around to the front of your neck as you work your way into the shoulders, continuing down through the upper arm, around the elbow, into your lower arm, forearm, as you go down into your wrist and palm, and finishing with your fingers as you come back to the main part of your torso, heading down through your chest, into your stomach, checking in with your lower back as you go down into your hips and pelvis. How's everything feeling? Continuing on down into your quads and hamstrings, on down to the back of the knee, the front of the knee, as you continue on down through your calf and shin, checking in with the inner ankle, checking in with the outer ankle, down into your heel and arch, and the top of your foot, the ball of your foot, and finally your toes. How's everything feeling? For me, things are feeling pretty good. Warmed up. I'm having some insertional Achilles issues in general, but I think we're calming it down. Definitely warmed up at this point, don't feel it, which is good. But yeah, doing the exercises now, going to see, I have been seeing my sports med chiropractor guy, Dr. Brennan, and we've figured out some stuff that's definitely helping it. So we're doing that. I've been doing that 2 to 3 times a week. Now I'm hoping and I've begun the recovery journey enough to where this week doesn't set me back. You know how that goes. Okay, let's just reflect for a minute on overall how is your body. Okay. And next, I'm going to go into our senses check-in, which is going to be where we're going to take in each of our 5 primary senses, ending with sight, as that's the one most of us over-rely on. So we're going to begin by taking, in your own time, I recognize you're running, 3 deep breaths. So whenever you're ready. What do you smell? I unfortunately smell a bit of gasoline and kind of that pondy smell, the stale water smell. You know, New York isn't known for its good smells, is it? There are some good smells. It's not typically what comes to mind then. Okay, what do you taste? Me, I taste 2 before. I'll tell you a bit about that in a little while. I'll move on for now. Okay, next. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold my mic in my left hand. I have a bottle, like a full-size bottle, in my pack. So I brought my pack the material but forgot the bottles. And I think when I run with my mic, it's going to hit it. I guess my right arm's going to have to take the slack here. I'm trying that with my left hand. I feel like I'm running funny, so I might switch back here. Just be normal. Not supposed to run with your arm out in front of you. Keep it as close to me as I can. Okay, right. Next, we're going to do hearing. It's up to you whether you want to take the sound of my surroundings or your own surroundings. But what you're going to do is take your headphones out if you're listening to your surroundings, and just going to take 30 to 45 seconds to just listen. Be in your ears. Direct all your attention to your ears. What do you hear? Let's go ahead and do that now. Last few seconds. Okay, what did you hear in your world or in mine? Then get around this corner, get back on the main loop, and then I'll answer. Okay, what did I hear? I could hear the low hum of traffic / trains. I could hear, when I hear bike wheels. I hear my feet. I had them a lot louder when I was on the reservoir. I can hear the wind going past my ears, and that's very that good. Okay. So next, we're just going to be present in our bodies. We're just going to see what we feel, see where our awareness is being drawn to. So maybe that means you are feeling one area, just your attention seems to be stuck there. It's very sensory loud, I suppose. Or whether yours is jumping from place to place. Just let it go. You're going to see where your awareness is being drawn within your body. Off you go.
Yes, that bitch.
A few more seconds. Okay. Where did you feel? Where was your attention being drawn? For me, kind of bouncing around all over, although a little bit stuck on, so I'm wearing a new pair of Allbirds tree flyers today, And you know, if you've been listening to me for a while or you know me, I love the tree flyers. This is about my 5th pair. I've done 3 or 4 marathons in them, 1 ultra in them, countless miles. But every time I wear them for the first time, which is today, there's this one spot on my top of my foot, like where the laces tie up, that rubs every single time. And I can feel that it's doing that right now. But the interesting thing is, it's only for 1 run. So it's almost like, I don't know, they didn't sand that piece down just enough. And a run is enough to sand it down. But I can definitely feel that spot is rubbing right now. And like I said, by next run it'll be fine. But I don't know why. Every time. And by the way, if you have tried the tree flyers, and again, I love them. I do spend most of my miles in them. You probably will get that same spot. I know a lot of people who literally had that same rub on their foot. But again, it goes away, so don't throw them out if you do get them. Alright, so next, we're going to go on and do our sense of vision. What do you see? I want you to just, again, let your awareness be fully in your eyes. See where your attention is being drawn. But again, as always, I want you to make sure that something, at some point, you take in some level of detail. Taking a mental photo of something as if you're never going to see it again. So let's go ahead and do that now. Few more seconds. Okay. What did you see? Where was your attention being drawn? Where did you take that mental photograph? For me, it was the rocks, big rocks like jutting out of the ground. Just thinking about the lives, the stories that those rocks would have. Same with the trees around here. What have they seen in their lifetime? A lot, I'm sure. Including, so people took a mental photograph of that because, you know, it's not something I typically pay attention to. But also, whoa, what is that? As we talk about sight, there's a, oh, what is that crazy looking bug? I'm gonna take a picture of it. It's a crazy looking bug. Wow. How do I get out of here? Get me back on it. There we go. Friends, I will put a picture of that. It was kind of like part ladybird, part like, I don't know, some kind of beetle. It was like red, beetle shaped with a red back with white dots. Weird. I took a picture of it so you can see. So that's my level of detail. But I took a literal photograph for you to see. No, back to... Oh, let's go around Peachtree. Let me say something. I ran that race last week. Yay, Peachtree! He had a Peachtree shirt on. That's funny. He was like, what are you talking about? That's a good example of like a moment being brave and just saying something, even though it's probably not going to go anywhere, even though that guy probably was like, what is she even talking about? You're still like working up those courage muscles to say something, you know? So do that, I encourage you. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Central Park. There's a lot here. As I said, the trees would have seen a lot in their lifetime, the rocks, including, I learned a few years ago reading an incredible book. Oh crap, what is the name of it? The story, How the Word is Passed. I'll put a link in the show notes. And it talks about, you know, the real history of America and how Central Park itself, even though we see it as this green space that was always a green space, well, actually, this Central Park was a black and brown community that was thriving, quite frankly, and the rich people in the surrounding areas decided they wanted a green space near them and kind of took the land back again to make it into a green space, and all these people in the homes they built were just kicked off, which is horrifying, and the dark past of Central Park, which I'm sure there's more to this land even than that. But I'll put a link in the show notes, How the Word is Passed, and I think it's Clint Smith, but I'll put a link in the show notes. Definitely encourage you to read it. An incredible book. All right, so we've done our census check-in, we've done our body scans. Now I'm going to ask you, how are you really? And I want you to take a few minutes to think about that answer. I want you to dive deep, even if you wouldn't tell me if we were in person. Just answer it, admit it, share it with yourself. Off you go. If you got distracted, gently bring yourself back. If you've run out of things, dig deeper. few more seconds. It's hard, isn't it? Being alone with yourself for 2 minutes. Okay. What did you find about yourself when you reflected? That 2 minutes gave me a chance to go up the hill. So I'm nearly at the top now. Then I'll catch my breathing back up. So within yourself, you can reflect on how you're doing. And I'm going to answer that question myself as I work my way down this hill. Okay, so how am I really? Good. Let's dig deeper. I am a little apprehensive. Bailey is very sensitive, sensory-wise, and yesterday she had a few solid moments of like just meltdown in terms of like just not wanting to, just kind of freezing up. We got on the Staten Island ferry, and she just was like, this was not what she expected when we set up boat, and so she just showed up, refused to look, and then 5 minutes to go, I like managed to get her. I like stayed where I was, and they kept saying, oh, you can come over to me whenever you're ready. I was just near her, and she did, and then she looked out the back and she loved it, and then she was crying because she didn't want to get off, but thankfully we were able to get straight back on it again. And so then she really enjoyed that way back, but then was crying again when we were getting off because she didn't want to get off. And so, you know, we had a few moments like that, and so I'm a little apprehensive because she just, New Yorkers, for her and Steve, they're both kind of a bit like sensory sensitive, yeah, and New York is a sensory overload, and so I just feel they're, well, her primarily because Steve knows how to, you know, handle it at this point. They're both going to be a bit on edge today, or Bailey will be. And today is our like full day here. Yesterday we got here at 12, and today is our full day. So I have to ride the line of wanting to do some things, but also recognizing that they both, Chloe and Bailey, need downtime, but that downtime is all in a tiny New York hotel room. So it's kind of hard for them to do when we're right there and they want to talk to us. So yeah, a little apprehensive, excited for today, excited for the rest of the week that we're here. What else? Yeah, not too much really. I'm really trying to be in the present and not kind of get myself caught up in the what ifs and the future stuff as much. And it's interesting because I've noticed Bailey's really using a lot of what ifs lately, and so I have to say to her, like, hey, we want to just be focused on now. We'll deal with what ifs or things that could happen when they come up, and then you recognize how much you're doing it within yourself. All right, so 30-minute group. You have, from my watch, about a minute and a half. Maybe we'll go 2 minutes just because I think I was running for a few minutes before I welcomed you to start. So we'll go 2 minutes from now. You're going to come to a walk. We'll all take about 45 seconds. And then, so the running, those doing 45 and 60 minutes, will keep running. And those coming to a walk, will walk. We'll do 2 strides, which will be 10 to 15 seconds. I'll tell you when to start and stop. And you're just going to run about 80% of your max. 80% of your max You're not trying to take big steps, you're trying to take lots of steps. So, there's hills on the back end. Get you. Okay, so we've got about a minute. Oh, we've got that. Just quickly, as you may be wondering, I mentioned 2 before. So I'm trying out something as a pre-run enhancer. And it's called 2 before. It's a performance enhancer, obviously safe, not what you go to when you think that. Made of black currants. And if you live in the UK, or in New Zealand in this case, blackcurrant is a staple in flavour of things. I grew up drinking tons of blackcurrant, and for the US runners, blackcurrant is like the commonality of grape flavoured things would be blackcurrant flavoured things. Anyway, I've been drinking this 2 before my, it's ideal for long runs and workout days, just to enhance. You can drink it with anything else. So on regular days, I drink it with athletic greens. Today I just had it on its own. Tastes delicious. It's like slightly tangy, slightly sweet. And I come to a walk 30-minute group. Yeah, it's just really, so all I've had is that this morning, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm going to take a precision gel in a little bit, but right now I'm feeling good. I'm an hour and 13 minutes in. So I just wanted to mention that. As I mentioned it in passing, I'll tell you more about that as I go. I've been using it about a month, and yeah, really enjoying it. Love the taste. It's really good for you. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. And if I like it, they're going to give me a 30% off code. So, yeah, you'll be able to get 30% off your order if I like it. Let's wait for that first. Okay, I do like it, but you know me, I want to be sure. Okay, ready? And do a stride. 3, 2, and 1. All of us. Come to a jog or a walk if you're in the 30-minute group. Take another 30-ish seconds. We'll do another one. And then, after this stride, all of us are going to stop and take a picture. I really love seeing these pictures you take, and the amount of you that tell me you listen to my Together runs when I see you in person, but then I never see your pictures of you on your Together run or even your surroundings. Come on, you guys, you can do this. It really would mean a lot to me if you would take a picture of you on a Together run, or at least what you see from your Together run. Okay, ready? We're doing last stride. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come to a jog, a walk, or actually let's stop. I'm hitting stop on my watch, you should do the same. Let's take a picture of you. I'm not in a particularly pretty part of Central Park, but I said I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'll get my camera up. Oh, hot. Halfway up a hill. Okay. I took one. Did you take one? If not, take it now. I'm going to start running again. 3, 2, and 1. 30-minute group. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate you being here. I'd love to see those photos of where you're running or you running. My photo, when you see it, it is clouded from sweat or thumbprints or whatever on my camera. Humidity maybe, but it doesn't matter. because we're out here together, and that's what I want to see. 30-minute crew. Find links in the show notes to what I talked about. I'll put a link to 2 before in there if any of you want to check it out, but hold off a few weeks because I probably will give you a 30% off code. And if you're on the email newsletter, which you can sign up at runningforreal.com with an FOR, then I'll let you know, and that's probably the best way to go about it. All right, 30-minute crew. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Okay, and for the rest of us, we are going to keep on going. I think I'm nearly done with the hills on this side of the loop. Then we are going to do the next segment, which is if you are brand new to these runs, if this is your first time, I want to ask you, if we were running together right now, what would you be telling me about you, your story, your journey to this moment? If you've done this before, if you haven't, even if you've done this before and there's a part of your story that's on your mind, what would you tell me? What story would you tell me? Or, share. Make it a social media post about a part of your journey and tag me in it. I would love to see it and learn about you. Okay. Or you can just share what you've been up to in the last week, or since we last ran together, which has been at least 2 weeks, because I didn't do one of these last week. So, but I would prefer the story. So what do you think about a story you would want to share? And maybe share it as a social post. Tag me in it so that I know and can learn about you. So let's go ahead. Tell me whatever you want to share. What would you be sharing? Oh, and even if you wouldn't share anything, that's okay too. You're sharing it with yourself. Distracted, gently bring yourself back. I know it's hard to be with ourselves. Final few seconds. Oh, this is cool. I see a sign that says Ted Corbett Loop. I never noticed that before. Okay. Thank you for checking in with yourself, for sharing with me a part of your story. And again, especially if you didn't take a picture when I told you to, when you stop, take one and share the story that you thought about. For me, what have I been up to? Well, as I said, I didn't record one last week. I just couldn't. I was in Atlanta. You heard me saying about Peachtree. I did the Peachtree road race. I'll tell you about that in a second. And actually, temperature-wise, it was probably about the same as it was here. But the humidity was at like 95%, and I just got sweat everywhere. And also it was kind of a lot that weekend, so kind of wanted to have just some time for me to just be on the runs. I wasn't with other people, so yeah. So on that note, I went down to Atlanta to do some sustainability, like assessing with Atlanta Track Club, kind of seeing how they were doing. I hosted a vlogging run, which is picking up trash while running. I'll explain more about that. I also did a talk at the expo on sustainability, and then I ran the race and got to spend lots of time with Atlanta Run Club, which is an amazing group if you ever are in Atlanta, especially if you live in Atlanta, to go check out. By James Rowe, is the founder, and James is a former podcast guest, so that might be why you recognise the name. Amazing human, and so I spent a lot of time with him and friend Matt Choi, who you may know from Instagram or YouTube. He's the guy who runs with his shirt off. That's kind of what he's known for. Does a lot of videos of him doing races with his shirt off, and just, I don't know, he's inspired a lot of people, and I really got to see that. We did the race together. We ran an hour and 4 minutes, so it's my slowest 10k, but I had fun, and I drank beer in the run, ate watermelon, ate popsicles, got splashed with holy water. It was just so much fun. Definitely recommend checking out that race if you get a chance. It's a really cool 10k to be amongst, I think it was 40,000 runners, so huge. I think it's the biggest 10k in the world, definitely in the US, and it was a lot of fun. So then let's talk about the other pieces. So I hosted a panel, had a conversation at the expo, spoke at the expo, and I shared about both of these things on my social media, but it is a weird feeling speaking at the expo, because people are just coming and going, like sitting down to listen to you, getting up. There's a restroom. I'm going to go use that. So you're not going to hear anything. I'm going to pause this. BRB. Stop. Of course, it's not open. I don't know if I'm going to make it back. I'm going to find somewhere to go. Those New Yorkers are yelling at me right now, telling me where to go. Let's hope I come across a porta potty or something. Although I can't even imagine what state that would be in. Do they open at 7? Can't imagine. Should be open by now. Whatever it is. Okay. So hosted expo was very strange, because people are just like seeming interested and engaged and listening, and the next thing you see, they're walking off or they're just gone. You see people hovering, and then sit down and they seem excited. Just a weird feeling. And obviously sustainability is not exactly a topic that most people are like, I can't wait to talk about this. You know, so it's hard whatever way you look at it. And then I hosted a blogging run the day before, which unfortunately was at the same time as the Adidas shakeout, and only one person came, which mentally was difficult because you're like, wow, does no one want to come to this event I'm hosting? And it just makes you question yourself. But then I was actually able to move past that and just instead be like, okay, we have a problem here. I think I just ran past the editor-in-chief at Run as well. Yeah, so, okay, how do we get past this? I mean, I'd imagine there was a good chunk of you when I just said the word blogging a few minutes ago. They were like, what is that? And that's exactly it, right? What is that? And so you have to get the word out. And I would love your advice. If you have ideas, other than just continuing to show up and do it and post about it, I mean, I think that's kind of the key way, right? Also going to start trying to work with some of the run crews, run clubs to host bigger versions. So, yeah. But I'd love your advice because one person showed up. Her name was Sarah. She was amazing. We got to know each other. She told me that she nearly didn't come, which is crazy, that I could have been out there on my own easily. But yeah, so I did that. This whole weekend in Atlanta was a good reminder that even a city like Atlanta, definitely the most progressive part of the state, but it's still in Georgia and it's still a world away from a New York City or a San Francisco where things like this are more common, more expected, and therefore better attended. So yeah, it was very come to a walk, 45-minute group. Sorry, we're over. I'll give you about 30 seconds and we'll do our 2 strides. But yeah, I have a lot of work to do in these areas to help get the word out, to educate, and just, yeah, I have work to do. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more strides. If you're doing 60 minutes, you're going to keep on running in between. If you're doing the 45 and you come to a walk, you'll just walk in between. Okay, we ready? 3, 2, and 1. 10 to 15 seconds. I'll tell you when to stop. And come to a jog or a walk. We'll take another 45 seconds. We'll do another one. Seems to be going uphill again. Okay, ready? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come to a jog, a walk, 45-minute group. I would love if you would share the story that you would have shared with me had we been running, that you were thinking about. Take a picture, share an old picture, tag me in it so I can see it, Actually, you know what? I just remembered. I deleted my Instagram for this week. So, if you do it, trying to think. Yeah, if you do a story, I'm not going to see it. But if you do a post, I'll still see the tag. So tag me in it, and I'll go take a look when I get my Instagram back. But I'd love to see you share. I'd love to see your stories. I appreciate you. And thanks for joining. Oh, and check out those links. Put two before. Put how the word is passed. What else did I mention? Oh, the tree flyers. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to carry on telling you about Instagram for the rest of you. Yeah, I just felt like I needed a break from it. And I really wanted to be present as much as I could on this trip with my family. As I said, this is our first official one. And also, like, I've recognized my girls are 3 and 5, and my time with them in this way, with them being like this, is coming to an end because baby is about to begin kindergarten. And I know from what I've heard, time flies even faster once you get to that point. So, yeah. So far, so good. Definitely got a bit twitchy, and that's one of the reasons I've been noticing, like, I was doing it mindlessly, and I didn't like that. So, yeah. Okay, what else with me? Book is coming. I can now say next month. So it's the biggest thing you can do to support me. Pre-ordering the book is literally, I sometimes say about leaving a review on iTunes or going to get something, supporting me, Patreon, whatever. This book is the biggest thing I've done, and by pre-ordering, you are helping me in a massive way. Also, of course, if you share it as it comes out on your social with your community, that's massive too. But pre-ordering it tells Amazon, tells the publishing world that this book is so good, or you're so excited for it, that you're prepared to order it early. And they know that's a big ask. So I really appreciate you doing that. Where am I? 9th app. I think I'm coming to the end of the loop. We've got 9 minutes to go. So we'll start doing our strides in about 7 minutes. And then we'll part ways. And then I'm going to head back to my hotel because I have to cross loads of streets and I don't really want to be recording or getting lost and we'll hit by a car. Whew. It's so humid. Surprised my stomach issues have gone away at this point. Alright, so what I want you to do is do a body scan in your own time, just what feels right for you. And yeah, you're just gonna work your way down in your own time. So if you go. seconds. Okay. Thank you for checking in with yourself. I just realised I'd missed my exit out and halfway up the park. So going backwards, I'll try and get out onto the street at some point. Yeah. Okay, so what else do I... Is that sea lion I can hear barking? And just a dog. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep the map open. I can see when I'm getting close to exiting out. Okay, so where was I? Other updates. Book getting very real. Starting to do podcasts for it. Yeah, I'm going to be one of those people that's everywhere, and I expect you to listen to every single episode. No, I'm just kidding. I know, obviously different podcasts speak to different people. The funny thing is, being honest with you, I actually really don't like booking guests when they're everywhere, because I'm just like, don't want to blend into the crowd of podcasts interviewing this person, but now I'm the one doing it, so I'm a hypocrite. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to tell you as I go back up this hill is I signed up for 100k. Yep, I am doing an ultra, 100k, 62 miles. I'm doing javelina. If you happen to be there, tell me. But either way, it's supposed to be a really fun one, like a party. It is in heat, which is going to be tough. But in St. Louis, I've got the heat training all summer. Just have to extend it out a few more months, or another month probably. And it's just going to be a bit of a different course to my previous race. But Ryan Montgomery has been encouraging me to do it, and he's doing the 100k, 100 mile, and I trust him, so he's going to do it. And even more exciting is, well, not more exciting, as exciting, I asked Zoe, as in my co-author, to pace me the last 20 miles. You're allowed someone for the last 20 miles. And she said yes. So how cool is that going to be? We're promoting her book. And we're also, she's going to be my pacer for my first 100k. So yeah, very exciting times. Right, so we've got about a minute, and we're going to do our last 2 strides while we're running. And while we're running, and just jog in between. The breathing is probably a bit heavy today. That's not used to doing hills during these together runs. Okay, I'm going to check my map again. Coming down towards our exit. Right, we're going to be in our stride in about 30 seconds. I'll tell you when to start. Until Central Park is alive and well at 7:38 on a Sunday morning. So if you're listening to this the day it came out, you are hearing this the day after I recorded it. Okay, we ready? Get past these few people. 3, 2, and 1. Go. And come to a jog or a walk. Oh, my underwear is really annoying me. Not comfortable. Take another 30 to 45 seconds and then we'll do another one. And not long after that, we'll be on our way. Okay. Phone's locked again. Let me check my map. Alright. Alright, friends. Let's do our last stride. 3, 2, and 1. And come to a jog or a walk. Oh, sorry, you don't need to. You can come to a jog. And then we've got about 20 seconds left of this run. I will come to a walk while I finish up and talk to you. And then we'll part ways. Okay. And come to a walk. I'm going to stop too. I want you to find some element of nature to ground yourself in. I'm going to find this old tree. Wonder what stories this tree has seen. I'm going to touch its bark. I want you to do the same. If you didn't take a picture earlier, oak tree. If you didn't take one earlier, take one now. Share your story with me, and I would love to hear it. I appreciate you joining me. Lots of links in the show notes. Thanks so much, friends, and enjoy the rest of your day.